In the hushed corridors of history, whispers echo through the ages. They speak of a power unseen, a force that shapes the destiny of nations, a name whispered in hushed tones, a name synonymous with unimaginable wealth and influence: Rothschild. From humble beginnings, a dynasty would rise, its tentacles reaching out to touch every corner of the globe. Their wealth, whispered the rumors, granted them power beyond the reach of kings and queens.
Section 2, 5 Sons, 5 Empires expanding the Rothschild reach. Mayer Amschel, a father with a vision, understood that true power was not solitary but familial. He meticulously groomed his 5 sons, each imbued with his sharp intellect and unwavering ambition, to become the pillars of a burgeoning financial empire. He strategically placed them in the major financial hubs of Europe: Amschel in Frankfurt, Salomon in Vienna, Nathan in London, Karl in Naples, and James in Paris. These were not mere branches, but independent yet interconnected powerhouses, each dominating the financial landscape of their respective nations.
Section 3. The Napoleonic Wars' fortune favors the bold. The Napoleonic Wars, a tumultuous period of conflict that engulfed Europe, proved to be a pivotal chapter in the Rothschild saga. It was during this time of chaos and upheaval that their cunning and ruthlessness propelled them to unimaginable heights. While other financiers floundered, the Rothschilds saw opportunity in the pandemonium. They established a clandestine network of couriers, smuggling gold across battle lines to finance the warring factions, playing both sides against the middle.
Section 4. A dynasty forged in gold. The Rothschild legacy takes root. By the mid-19th century, the Rothschilds were no longer just bankers, but a force of nature. Their name had become synonymous with wealth beyond measure, their influence extending far beyond the realm of finance, reaching into the very heart of European politics and society. They had amassed a level of power that bred both admiration and resentment. To their supporters, they were titans of industry, visionaries who had dragged Europe into the modern age. As the 19th century gave way to the 20th, the Rothschilds' influence on global finance only intensified. They were no longer content with merely reacting to events. They sought to shape them, to bend the arc of history to their will. Their wealth, it seemed, had granted them access to a different game, one played not on stock exchange floors, but in the corridors of power. Governments, hungry for capital to fuel their ambitions, turned to the Rothschilds for loans. These were not mere financial transactions, they were power plays, granting the family leverage over nations and their policies.
War, that most brutal of human endeavors, casts a long shadow over the Rothschild legacy. Time and again, the family found themselves at the heart of conflict, their financial might fueling the engines of war. Critics pointed to their role in financing both sides of major conflicts, from the Napoleonic Wars to the American Civil War. By providing loans to warring nations, they ensured their own prosperity, regardless of who emerged victorious. The blood spilled on the battlefields, they claimed, lined the Rothschilds' pockets.
Few issues are as intricately linked to the Rothschild conspiracy theories as central banking. The very concept of a central bank, with its power to control a nation's money supply, has always been viewed with suspicion by some, and the Rothschilds, with their unparalleled financial acumen, were often seen as the architects of this system. Their involvement in the creation of the Bank of England in the 17th century, followed by their alleged influence over the Federal Reserve System in the United States, fueled accusations that they sought to control the global financial system. The Rothschilds, these theories claimed, understood that by controlling the flow of money, they could control governments, could dictate economic policy, could shape the destiny of nations. While evidence of direct control over central banks remains elusive, the Rothschilds' undeniable influence on global finance and their close ties to powerful figures in government and finance have ensured that these theories persist.
Section 4. Whispers of Control, the Rothschilds and Modern Economics. As the 20th century progressed, the Rothschild name faded somewhat from the headlines. The family, once synonymous with ostentatious displays of wealth, adopted a lower profile, their activities shrouded in the discretion afforded by immense fortune. Globalization, with its interconnected markets and borderless flow of capital, provided fertile ground for new conspiracy theories. The Rothschilds, it was claimed, were the unseen architects of this new world order, using their vast wealth and influence to erase national sovereignty and usher in an era of global governance.
Section 1. The Protocols of the Elders of Zion. A blueprint for global domination? No exploration of the Rothschild conspiracy theories would be complete without confronting the most insidious and enduring accusation leveled against them: their alleged connection to the infamous Protocols of the Elders of Zion. This fabricated document, purporting to be the minutes of a secret meeting of Jewish leaders plotting world domination, has been debunked countless times as a crude forgery, yet its shadow continues to taint perceptions of the Rothschilds. The Protocols, rife with anti-Semitic tropes and paranoid fantasies, paint a picture of a world controlled from the shadows by a cabal of Jewish financiers, with the Rothschilds often cast as the masterminds behind this alleged conspiracy. The enduring power of the Protocols, despite their obvious falsehoods, serves as a stark reminder of the dangers of unchecked conspiracy thinking.
The House of Rothschild, architects of revolution and upheaval. The Rothschilds are often accused of engineering revolutions and wars to profit from chaos. They are seen as puppet masters, financing both sides of conflicts like the Napoleonic Wars. This theory overlooks the complexities of international finance and war. While they profited from conflict, attributing sole responsibility to them ignores other factors. Section 3. Blood money and secret societies. The darkest accusations. Rothschild conspiracy theories evolved, incorporating elements of the occult, secret societies, and ritualistic practices. These narratives paint a picture of a family driven by greed and ambition, but also something far more sinister. Whispers of the Rothschilds' involvement in secret societies like the Illuminati and Freemasons abound. They are accused of manipulating global events through a network of powerful individuals. Some claim the family practices Satanism, their wealth fueled by dark forces. These accusations tap into fears about the unknown and the allure of forbidden knowledge. It's important to note these accusations often cross into anti-Semitism, fueling prejudice and hatred.
Section 4. Fact, fiction, or carefully crafted deception. Unraveling the threads. Navigating the labyrinthine world of Rothschild conspiracy theories requires a discerning eye, a willingness to separate fact from fiction, and a healthy dose of skepticism. While the Rothschilds undoubtedly wielded immense power and influence, the question remains, to what extent did they actively manipulate global events for their own gain? Critics argue that the evidence presented by conspiracy theorists is often circumstantial, relying heavily on innuendo, speculation, and guilt by association. They point out that the Rothschilds' wealth and influence, while undeniable, do not automatically equate to malicious intent or a desire to control the world. Supporters of these theories, however, counter that the absence of a smoking gun does not equate to innocence. They argue that the Rothschilds, masters of discretion and deception, have gone to great lengths to conceal their activities, manipulating history and controlling the flow of information to protect their secrets. The truth, as is often the case, likely lies somewhere in between these two extremes. The Rothschilds, like all powerful entities, undoubtedly acted in their own self-interest. But whether their actions were always benevolent or always malicious is a matter of perspective and interpretation.
Section 5. The weight of history. Can truth survive when whispers turn to legends? The Rothschilds, their name whispered in hushed tones for centuries, remain an enigma, their legacy shrouded in admiration, envy, and suspicion. Conspiracy theories about them tap into deep-seated anxieties about power, wealth, and the forces shaping our world. Whether seen as brilliant financiers or shadowy manipulators, their story is a cautionary tale about power and the allure of conspiracy. The truth about the Rothschilds may be unknowable, lost to time and secrecy. Whispers persist, for the human mind craves stories hinting at hidden truths and powerful forces. The Rothschild conspiracy theories remind us that the past is never truly past. Section 1. The seductive power of shadows. The Rothschilds, cloaked in whispers and speculation, embody the seductive power of shadows. The human mind seeks patterns, connecting dots even in the darkest corners. Conspiracy theories thrive in the absence of clear answers, feeding on doubt and hidden truths. The Rothschilds' wealth and influence provide fertile ground for such narratives. Their name became synonymous with the shadowy elite, puppet masters behind the scenes. There's a thrill in contemplating a world governed by a select few, their motives hidden.
Section 2. Beyond the Veil. A glimpse of the human. Yet, lost amidst the accusations, the whispers of global conspiracies and shadowy agendas, is the human element of the Rothschild story. For beyond the caricature of ruthless financiers, master manipulators of markets and nations, lies a family shaped by the currents of history. Their lives a tapestry of triumphs, tragedies, and the enduring bonds of kinship. Mayer Amschel, the patriarch, instilled in his sons not just a keen business acumen, but a deep sense of loyalty to family and a commitment to preserving their legacy. Their letters, often cited by conspiracy theorists as evidence of their nefarious schemes, also reveal moments of vulnerability, of brotherly affection, of concern for the well-being of their families amidst the turmoil of a changing world. Their story, like all human stories, is one of contradictions. They were both products and architects of their time, navigating the shifting sands of European politics and finance with a mixture of ruthlessness and pragmatism. To reduce them to mere villains, to deny the complexities of their lives and motivations, is to perpetuate a simplistic and ultimately unsatisfying narrative.
Section 3. The enduring enigma. The Rothschilds, despite centuries of scrutiny, remain an enigma, their true legacy shrouded in a veil woven from fact, fiction, and time. Their influence is undeniable, visible on modern finance and global politics. Their ultimate intentions, benevolent or manipulative, remain debated. The truth may be less important than the enduring power of their story. They embody the allure and dangers of unchecked ambition. Their story is a cautionary tale of wealth, power, and unforeseen consequences. Their legacy, shrouded in enigma, will continue to fascinate and unsettle.